At 62, George noticed something troubling. Carrying groceries up the stairs left him winded, and his arms seemed weaker, almost overnight. What he didn't realize was that this wasn't just getting older. It was sarcopenia, age-related. Muscle loss. The good news? The right proteins can help slow, stop, and even reverse this hidden thief of strength. If you've ever felt your legs not carrying you as steadily as before, or noticed that tasks once simple now leave you unusually tired, you are not alone. Many seniors quietly worry about losing themselves as their bodies slow down. But here's the comfort. Weakness is common, yes, but it's far from inevitable. With the right care and nutrition, your muscles can remain resilient and dependable, even well into your 70s and beyond. The challenge we face is sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that begins in our 40s and accelerates past 60. Scientists estimate that older adults lose around 3 to 8% of muscle each decade, and the pace increases as the years pass. For some, it shows up as difficulty rising from a chair. For others, it's less stamina while climbing stairs. Left unchecked, sarcopenia can lead to frailty, balance problems, and even a greater risk of falls. But understanding why it happens gives us power. As we age, our bodies process protein less efficiently. Hormonal changes, lower testosterone in men, reduced estrogen in women, also affect muscle maintenance. Add in less physical activity and the natural wear of decades of use, and you have a perfect storm for muscle decline. This is where protein becomes your greatest ally. Protein provides amino acids, the building blocks your muscles use to repair, recover, and grow stronger. Think of it like patching and reinforcing the beams of a house. Without enough raw material, the structure weakens. But give it the right fuel, and the foundation stays solid. The encouraging news? Research consistently shows that increasing protein intake in later life helps slow sarcopenia, rebuild muscle fibers, and support better balance and independence. And the best part is, you don't need exotic supplements or complicated regimens. 5 simple protein sources, everyday foods you likely already know, can make an enormous difference when enjoyed regularly. George discovered this firsthand. Instead of skipping breakfast, he started his mornings with an egg and Greek yogurt. He swapped processed snacks for nuts and a protein-rich smoothie. He even enjoyed fish twice a week. Within months, he wasn't just carrying groceries again. He was playing tag with his grandson in the yard. The difference wasn't dramatic overnight, but steady, small changes added up to a stronger, more confident version of himself. So, if you've ever feared that muscle loss is just a part of aging you can't fight, let this reassure you. With the right proteins, you can nourish your body to stay strong, steady, and independent. And our journey begins with one of the most common and most effective muscle-building foods you probably already have in your fridge. In the next chapter, we'll uncover this first powerhouse protein and show how it can help you rebuild strength bite by bite. Martha was 67 when she realized her favorite pastime. Kneeling among tomato vines and coaxing blossoms into fruit had become exhausting. After an hour in the garden, her legs felt rubbery and her back ached. At her daughter's nudge, she swapped the salty deli slices in her sandwich for simple grilled chicken. Within weeks, she noticed something steady, more stamina, fewer slumps, and a return to unrushed afternoons among the plants. Lean poultry, think skinless chicken or turkey, offers high-quality, complete protein. Complete means it contains all the essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. One stands out for older adults, leucine. Leucine acts like a light switch for muscle protein synthesis, the repair and rebuild process. A modest 3 to 4 ounce cooked portion of chicken breast delivers roughly 25 to 30 grams of protein and about 2 to 2.7 grams of leucine. Right in the range helps older muscles respond. The science is simple and encouraging. After 60, muscles become less sensitive to protein. You don't just need enough protein. You need enough at one time to trigger repair. Hitting that leucine threshold at meals matters. That's why a palm-sized piece of poultry at lunch or dinner can feel surprisingly powerful, especially when paired with a brief walk or a few minutes of resistance band work. Cooking methods make a difference. Keep it moist and satisfying by baking, roasting, grilling, or poaching. Marinate with olive oil, lemon, garlic, and rosemary. The aroma alone simply invites appetite. Slice onto leafy salads, tuck into whole grain wraps with crunchy vegetables, or serve alongside roasted sweet potatoes. Aim for 3 to 4 ounces per meal for most seniors. Larger or more active bodies may benefit from 4 to 5 ounces. Timing also helps. Many older adults do best spreading protein evenly, about 20 to 30 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, rather than loading it all at one meal. If you garden, walk, or do light strength work, enjoy your poultry within an hour or two after. Activity to feed repair when your muscles are most receptive. A few safety notes keep this habit supportive. Choose minimally processed options and limit breaded or fried poultry, which add excess sodium and oils. If buying pre-cooked, scan the label for sodium. Look for less than 300 milligrams per 3 to 4 ounce serving. Handle raw poultry. Avoid cross-contamination, refrigerate promptly, and cook to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit 74 degrees Celsius. If cholesterol or heart disease is a concern, lean cuts and skinless portions fit better than dark meat with skin. Martha's plate changed color and texture, golden roasted chicken, a pile of greens, citrus. Her afternoons changed too. She found she could turn soil, carry watering cans, and stand up without bracing on the fence. I end the day tired, she said, not wiped out. Lean poultry is practical, versatile, and delicious, a daily anchor for rebuilding strength. But sometimes you want a protein that's more concentrated, right after exercise. Athletes trust it, and seniors can, too. Next up, the fast-acting protein that flips the muscle repair switch in minutes. David was 70 when his morning walk started leaving him with stiff calves and heavy legs. He loved the fresh air but dreaded the soreness that followed. At his grandson's suggestion, he tried something new, a simple whey protein shake after his walk. Within weeks, he noticed something remarkable: less soreness, quicker recovery, and legs that felt stronger with each passing day. This is the quiet power of whey protein. Unlike many foods that take time to digest, whey is absorbed quickly. That means its amino acids, especially leucine, reach your muscles fast, right when they need it most. Think of it like a repair crew arriving immediately after damage, patching and strengthening before weakness can set in. Leucine is the star here. It's one of the essential amino acids, and it's particularly effective at turning on the switch for muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body repairs and builds muscle fibers. For older adults, this is crucial. Studies show that our muscles become anabolic resistant with age, meaning they don't respond as strongly to small amounts of protein. Whey, with its high leucine content and rapid absorption, helps overcome that resistance. Clinical research backs it up. Older adults who consume whey protein after exercise often see improvements in muscle mass, walking speed, and even grip strength compared to those who don't. One study found that pairing whey protein with light resistance training significantly reduced sarcopenia symptoms, showing how food and movement work hand in hand. How can you make whey protein part of your routine? The simplest way is through a shake. Scoop 20 to 30 grams of whey protein powder into water or milk, blend with a banana or handful of berries, and enjoy it within an hour after exercise. That window is when your muscles are most receptive to repair. For breakfast, add it to oatmeal or mix into Greek yogurt for an extra boost. If you're not a fan of sweet shakes, unflavored whey blends seamlessly into soups or even mashed potatoes. Timing and consistency matter. Aim for 1 serving per day, especially on days you're active. It doesn't have to replace meals. Instead, see it as a tool that fills the gap when your meals fall short of the protein threshold your body now needs. Of course, a few precautions help keep it safe. If you have lactose intolerance, choose a whey isolate, which contains less lactose than whey concentrate. Some people may feel bloated if they take too much too quickly. Start with smaller amounts and build up. And if you have kidney issues, always check with your doctor before adding protein supplements. For David, the change wasn't dramatic all at once. But as the weeks passed, he found himself walking longer routes, tackling mild hills, and even carrying groceries without hesitation. "It feels like I've regained years," he said, smiling. Whey protein is convenient, effective, and fast-acting. But what if you're looking for strength support without powders or supplements? Sometimes the simplest foods, like a boiled egg, can be just as powerful. That's exactly where we'll go next. Helen, at 72, often thought back to her childhood. Mornings, her mother would hand her a warm boiled egg before school, saying, "This will keep you strong." Decades later, Helen decided to bring back that simple habit, an egg a day. Within months, she noticed her grip strength improving and her balance becoming steadier, small victories that made her feel more secure and capable in her daily life. Eggs are often called nature's perfect package, and for good reason. Each egg contains about 6 to 7 grams of high-quality, complete protein. Complete means it carries all 9 essential amino acids, the ones your body cannot produce on its own and must get through food. These amino acids are crucial for repairing worn-down muscle fibers, supporting recovery after activity, and maintaining steady energy throughout the day. Beyond protein, eggs come with added bonuses. They're a natural source of vitamin D, which aids in calcium absorption and bone strength, a critical piece for seniors aiming to prevent falls or fractures. They also contain choline, a nutrient important for brain health, memory, and nerve signaling. Together, these nutrients make eggs a true multitasker, nourishing your muscles, bones, and mind at once. How can you make the most of this humble food? Breakfast is one of the best times to enjoy eggs, since starting your day with protein helps maintain steady blood sugar levels and reduces mid-morning fatigue. A hard-boiled egg is quick and portable, but you can also scramble eggs with colorful vegetables like spinach, tomatoes, or peppers for added vitamins and fiber. If mornings aren't your favorite time for heavier meals, try an egg-based snack after a walk or light exercise. This timing helps maximize the muscle repair benefits. Cooking methods matter, too. Poaching and boiling are simple and require no added fat, keeping calories and cholesterol lower. If you enjoy them scrambled or as an omelet, try olive oil instead of butter for a heart-healthy twist. Adding herbs like parsley or dill enhances flavor without the need for excess salt. Now, let's talk safety. For most people, 1 egg per day fits well into a balanced diet. The cholesterol in eggs has been debated for years, but research now shows that moderate egg consumption doesn't significantly increase heart disease risk for most healthy adults. Still, if you have diabetes or high cholesterol, it's wise to consult your doctor about how many eggs fit into your plan. Choosing pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched eggs can also provide added heart and brain benefits. Helen found joy in rediscovering eggs. She often paired her morning boiled egg with a slice of whole-grain toast and a side of fruit, a simple ritual that made her feel nourished and steady for the day ahead. "It's like giving myself a head start," she said with a smile. Eggs truly offer a compact, affordable, and versatile way to fuel strength after 60. But while they're powerful, there's another protein that doesn't just help muscles. It strengthens bones too. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Frank, at 75, had always loved ending his evenings with something sweet, usually a slice of pie or a scoop of ice cream. But when his daughter suggested swapping that dessert for a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with berries, he hesitated. To his surprise, within a few weeks, he noticed his energy was steadier during the day, his digestion felt smoother, and his legs didn't tire as quickly when he climbed the stairs. What seemed like a small change turned out to be a powerful ally in keeping his body strong. Greek yogurt is often called a two-in-one food because it does more than just provide protein. First, let's talk about the protein itself. Greek yogurt is packed with casein, a type of protein that digests slowly. Unlike whey protein, which acts quickly after a workout, casein provides a steady release of amino acids over several hours. This makes it especially valuable when eaten in the evening because it fuels muscle repair and growth while you sleep, the very time when your body is busy restoring itself. On top of that, Greek yogurt is rich in calcium, the mineral essential for building and maintaining strong bones. Calcium not only helps prevent fractures, but also supports the tiny contractions your muscles rely on for strength and balance. Many seniors worry about osteoporosis, and including a calcium-rich food like Greek yogurt can make a real difference over time. But Greek yogurt doesn't stop there. It's also home to probiotics, the friendly bacteria that support gut health. A healthy gut helps with nutrient absorption, meaning you get more benefit from all the foods you eat. For seniors, this can improve digestion, reduce bloating, and even support immunity. strong muscles, strong bones, and a healthy gut all in one creamy, satisfying bowl. How can you add it into your day? Aim for about 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt daily. Avoid flavored versions that can be loaded with added sugars. Instead, sweeten naturally with fresh berries, which bring antioxidants, or a drizzle of honey if you want a touch of natural sweetness. Adding chopped nuts like almonds or walnuts provides healthy fats and extra protein. Sprinkle in a spoonful of chia seeds for fiber and omega-3s. With endless combinations, it never has to feel boring. Timing matters, too. Enjoying it in the evening is ideal if you want that overnight muscle support, but it also makes a quick and energizing breakfast, especially when paired with fruit and whole grains. The key is consistency, making it part of your daily rhythm. There are a couple of things to watch for. If you're sensitive to lactose, you may tolerate Greek yogurt better than regular yogurt because much of the lactose is strained out. Still, lactose-free options are available. If you're watching calories or cholesterol, choose low-fat versions. Just remember, the plain, unsweetened kind is always the healthiest base. For Frank, his nightly bowl became a ritual: cool, creamy yogurt, ruby red berries, and the crunch of almonds. He not only satisfied his sweet tooth, but gave his body a nightly gift of strength. Greek yogurt proves that nourishing your body doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as a single bowl. But while land-based proteins are wonderful, there's another source from the sea that carries even more benefits for aging muscles and bones. And that's where we'll head next. Linda was 69 when her morning walks started to feel harder than usual. Her knees ached, her ankles stiffened, and she often had to cut her route short. At a wellness workshop, she heard that adding fish to her diet could help. Skeptical but curious, she began eating salmon twice a week. Within 2 months, Linda noticed something subtle but powerful. Her joints felt looser, her steps were lighter, and she could enjoy longer walks with her neighbor again. Fish is more than just another source of protein. It's a complete package. For aging muscles and joints, like poultry or eggs, fish provides high-quality protein, packed with essential amino acids your body needs for repair. But it has a unique advantage: omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats, found in abundance in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, act as natural inflammation fighters. They help reduce stiffness, ease joint pain, and support recovery after physical activity. For seniors, this means fewer aches and more energy to stay active. The science behind it is fascinating. As we age, low-level inflammation tends to creep into the body, affecting not only the joints but also the muscles. This inflammation accelerates muscle loss and delays recovery. Omega-3s, particularly EPA and DHA, help calm that inflammation, improving the environment where muscles repair and grow. In fact, studies suggest that omega-3 supplementation, combined with protein intake, enhances the muscle-building response in older adults. In other words, when you pair fish protein with its natural omega-3s, you get a double benefit: stronger muscles and less pain. So how much should you aim for? The American Heart Association recommends 2 servings of fatty fish per week, and this fits beautifully into a senior's muscle maintenance plan. A serving is about 3 to 4 ounces cooked, roughly the size of a deck of cards. Salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines are all excellent choices, while trout and anchovies also pack a nutritious punch. Preparation is simple and delicious. Grilled salmon with a squeeze of lemon, sardines on whole grain toast, or a warm bowl of fish stew can all become easy weekly staples. If fresh fish isn't always available, frozen options or canned varieties in water or olive oil are convenient and affordable alternatives. Safety, of course, is important. While fatty fish are generally safe, some larger fish, like swordfish, king mackerel, and shark, may contain higher levels of mercury and should be limited. Seniors with certain conditions, such as those on blood-thinning medications, should speak with their doctor before making major dietary changes, as omega-3s can have mild blood-thinning effects. Linda's story is a reminder that small dietary shifts can ripple into meaningful change. What started as 2 salmon dinners a week gave her not only stronger legs, but also the confidence to return to her favorite activity: strolling through the park at sunrise, listening to the birds. Fish delivers protein for muscle repair and omega-3s for pain-free movement. making it one of the most powerful allies for seniors battling sarcopenia. But as much as nutrition fuels strength, there's another essential piece: movement itself. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. James, at 71, had been faithfully eating more protein, eggs at breakfast, chicken at lunch, and even a protein shake after dinner. Yet, despite his efforts, he didn't feel much stronger. His doctor gently explained why. Protein alone isn't enough. Without movement, the body has no signal to build new muscle. That was James's turning point. He began combining his diet with simple resistance exercises, and within a few months, he felt the difference: steadier balance, stronger arms, and a new spring in his step. Here's the science behind it. Muscles are like engines that need both fuel and ignition. Protein provides the raw materials, amino acids, to repair and grow tissue. But exercise is the spark that tells your body, now's the time to build. When we lift weights, use resistance bands, or even perform bodyweight moves like squats or wall push-ups, we create tiny tears in the muscle fibers. These tears aren't harmful, they're signals. They tell the body to repair, and in repairing, muscles grow back stronger. Without that signal, much of the protein you eat may simply be used for energy or stored away. That's why combining protein with movement is so powerful, especially after 60. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle, is partly due to inactivity. But the encouraging news is that it's never too late to slow or even reverse this process. Studies show that older adults who combine increased protein intake with resistance training see measurable improvements in strength, walking speed, and even independence in daily tasks. What kind of exercises can you try? Start with movements that use your own body weight. Chair squats are excellent. Sit down and stand up slowly, repeating 5 to 10 times, holding onto the chair for support if needed. Resistance bands are another gentle but effective tool, perfect for strengthening arms and shoulders. Even light dumbbells, 1 to 3 pounds to begin with, can help you train your muscles without strain. The key is consistency and progression. Begin small, 10 minutes of activity 2 or 3 times per week, and gradually increase as you feel stronger. Pairing your workout with protein afterward can supercharge your results. For example, enjoy a boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, or a protein shake within an hour of exercise to maximize repair and recovery. Safety always comes first. Check with your doctor before starting any new exercise plan, especially if you have heart conditions, arthritis, or mobility challenges. Start at your own pace, listen to your body, and never push to the point of pain. Gentle soreness after a workout is normal. Sharp pain is not. James now says, "It wasn't just the food or the exercise. It was both together that made me feel younger." His story reminds us that protein is the building block, but movement is the invitation for your body to use it. But even with protein and exercise working in harmony, there's another crucial partner your muscles can't live without: a nutrient that helps lock everything into place. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Betty was 73 when she began feeling constantly drained. She had followed her doctor's advice, added more protein to her meals, and even started short daily walks. Yet, she still found herself weak and tired by mid-afternoon. One morning, after a dizzy spell in her kitchen, her granddaughter suggested something simple. "Grandma, maybe you're not drinking enough water." Betty laughed it off at first, but as she began to pay attention, she realized her fatigue wasn't just about food or exercise. It was about hydration. Within weeks of consistently drinking more water, she noticed her energy return, her muscles felt less stiff, and her mind seemed clearer. This simple story shows us something important. While protein is the star of the muscle strengthening plan, it can't do its job without a strong supporting cast. That supporting cast includes hydration and micronutrients. Together, they create the environment where proteins work effectively, repairing muscle fibers and building resilience. Let's start with hydration. Water isn't just about quenching thirst. It's the medium through which nutrients, including amino acids from protein, travel to your cells. Without enough water, protein has a harder time reaching your muscles. Hydration also plays a role in muscle contraction itself. If you've ever felt a sudden cramp in your calf, chances are dehydration was partly to blame. Seniors, in particular, are at higher risk because the sense of thirst naturally weakens. with age, meaning you may not feel thirsty even when your body needs fluids. A good goal is 6 to 8 cups of water daily. But remember, hydration can also come from herbal teas, soups, and water-rich fruits like watermelon or oranges. Adding a pinch of electrolyte powder or even a slice of lemon can improve absorption and make water more enjoyable. For those who struggle to remember, try sipping steadily throughout the day instead of waiting until you're very thirsty. Now let's talk about micronutrients, the tiny nutrients that pack a big punch. Vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, is crucial for helping your body absorb calcium, which strengthens bones and supports the muscles attached to them. Magnesium is another unsung hero, supporting hundreds of reactions in the body, including muscle relaxation and energy production. Without enough magnesium, muscles can feel tight and fatigued. Potassium, found in foods like bananas and sweet potatoes, helps regulate fluid balance and prevents cramps by supporting proper muscle contractions. The best way to get these nutrients is through a varied diet. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and colorful fruits all provide a spectrum of vitamins and minerals. Still, some seniors may need supplementation, especially for vitamin D if they don't get much sun exposure. It's always best to check with a healthcare provider before adding supplements to avoid imbalances. Of course, hydration and micronutrients have limits. Seniors with kidney issues, for example, may need to be careful with both fluid intake and certain minerals like potassium. That's why individualized guidance is so important. For Betty, the simple act of carrying a water bottle and enjoying a handful of almonds each afternoon made all the difference. She no longer dragged her feet through the day. She walked with energy and confidence. Hydration and micronutrients may not steal the spotlight, but they ensure the star player, protein, performs at its best. Still, as important as what you add is what you avoid. And in the next chapter, we'll uncover the hidden habits that quietly steal strength from your muscles. Arthur was 76 when he proudly told his doctor, "Don't worry, I get plenty of protein. I eat a big steak every Sunday." He believed that one hearty meal was enough to keep his muscles strong. But despite that tradition, Arthur's grip weakened. His legs grew less steady, and climbing stairs became a struggle. What Arthur didn't know was that muscle repair isn't fueled by one occasional protein-heavy meal. It depends on timing, balance, and consistency. This is one of the most common mistakes many seniors make, thinking some protein is good enough, without realizing how much the body truly needs and when it needs it most. The truth is that protein works best when it's spread throughout the day. Imagine your muscles as construction sites. If you only deliver materials once a week, the builders sit idle the rest of the time. But if you supply steady shipments daily, progress continues without delay. That's how protein supports muscle maintenance. Small, regular doses keep the body repairing and rebuilding. Science backs this up. Research shows that adults over 60 may need more protein per meal than younger people to trigger muscle protein synthesis, the process where your body builds new muscle fibers. Instead of one big meal with 60 grams of protein, it's more effective to aim for 20 to 30 grams at each meal. This steady rhythm keeps muscles nourished and helps fight sarcopenia more effectively. Arthur's mistake also highlights another pitfall: relying too much on red meat or processed meats. While an occasional steak can certainly be part of a balanced diet, relying on cured meats like bacon, sausages, or deli slices can introduce excessive sodium, unhealthy fats, and preservatives. These may not only increase heart risks, but also reduce the overall quality of your protein intake. Skipping meals is another silent strength stealer. Seniors who eat lightly in the morning or skip lunch often miss opportunities to deliver protein when the body needs it most. Muscles thrive on regular fuel, and every missed meal is a missed chance to repair and strengthen. So what are the practical fixes? Begin by aiming for 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That might look like scrambled eggs with a cup of Greek yogurt in the morning, a grilled chicken salad with beans at midday, and baked salmon with vegetables in the evening. Snacks can also help fill gaps. A handful of nuts, a slice of cheese, or a small protein shake can keep your daily intake on track. For Arthur, simply shifting from one big steak to balanced portions each day changed everything. Within months, he noticed his legs felt steadier, his energy returned, and the confidence he thought he'd lost came back. The lesson is simple but powerful. Protein is not just about quantity, but about timing and quality. Avoid the pitfalls, spread your intake evenly, and your muscles will thank you. And now, with all the pieces in place, let's tie everything together into a simple plan you can live by every single day. When we bring all the pieces together, the right proteins, consistent timing, hydration, and movement, the results can be life-changing. Let me share a few stories. Margaret, 74, once avoided long walks because her legs tired too quickly. After 3 months of spreading her protein throughout the day and adding light resistance training, she now strolls through the park with her grandson, keeping pace with his youthful energy. Frank, 78, who had nearly given up his hobby of woodworking because of weakness in his arms, found that by adding whey protein after light exercises, he regained the strength to lift, carve, and build again. These stories are not rare. They show what's possible when daily choices come together into a simple plan. So, what does a practical 7-day protein and strength plan look like? Let's walk through it. Morning. Begin your day with an egg-based breakfast, or if you prefer variety, swap it for a cup of Greek yogurt topped with berries and a sprinkle of nuts. This gives you around 20 grams of high-quality protein to start muscle repair early. Pair it with a short walk or gentle stretching to wake up your muscles. Midday. Lunch could be lean poultry, such as grilled chicken or turkey, alongside colorful vegetables and whole grains. A portion size of 3 to 4 ounces is ideal. This provides another 25 to 30 grams of protein and keeps your energy steady for the afternoon. Afternoon snack. A whey protein smoothie is an easy way to recharge. Blend whey powder with milk or a milk alternative. Toss in some fruit, and you've got a nourishing 20-gram boost. If shakes aren't your preference, cottage cheese or a handful of almonds also work. Dinner. Twice or 3 times a week. Enjoy fish such as salmon, sardines, or mackerel. On other nights, rotate with eggs, poultry, or a bean-based dish if you'd like more variety. A balanced dinner rounds out your daily protein, aiming for the 20 to 30 gram range once again. Across 7 days, you don't need to reinvent meals. Constantly, repeat the core foods but mix in flavors and cooking styles to keep things enjoyable. The consistency is what matters most. Exercise pairing makes this plan even stronger. Aim for 15 to 30 minutes of activity at least 5 days a week.